let me tell you something now. What I will say to you, you might see only 12 people on the call at this moment in time, but I can guarantee you there will be hundreds of people joining this unbelievable business. Personally myself, I haven't really got motivated with much at all since TM, and I think a lot of members that we have got on the call, the links that we've got together are TM affiliates and TM lovers, as I call them. And we're all very, very hopeful that soon that'll be back. But this is something completely different. And what I love about this business is cryptocurrency. And so many people will be on the call and they'll probably know a lot more than me when it comes to cryptocurrency, or they'll have absolutely no idea about cryptocurrency. And I certainly didn't have any idea up until last year. And I've been being paid in cryptocurrency since last year. And all I'm going to say to you guys is, before we actually move forward with John and to present you to the business, is when I got involved with cryptocurrency, I believe one Bitcoin was around $450. Now, quote me if I'm wrong, guys, but I'm sure it was around March, April last year. And I love using my Zappo card. I can get it for cash from the machine, and I get paid, and I transfer everything over to Bitcoin. And I never really thought, but I always hear so many people going on about the new cryptocurrency, and there are lots out there. And I think you get kind of mind boggled, and you don't know which is the right one to get involved with. You don't know whether they're a scam or not. And I think we all get a little bit confused with it. And I've spoken to a few people and they said, I want to get involved with Bitcoin, but I don't know which one to get involved with. Well, let me tell you something, why this is the company that you should be getting involved with. And John is going to talk a little bit more about the reason why. And John has been badgering me to join this business for months. Well, no, for 4 months. I actually joined as a free member last November. And it was to do with attached to a trading platform. And again, I hadn't really got myself into it. I'm not saying I didn't like it. It wasn't something that I found that was easier to promote because, it was still €1,000, euros to come in, John. And there was a license to buy 600. Again, before we talk about anything, we're talking $1,600 before off. But guess what? Last week or the week before, he sent me a message. One message, guys, just one, in a few words, and I got it straight away. I rang him up and I said, what? Are you serious? He went, Sharon, they've just brought it out. I went, oh my God, this is incredible. So, a lot of you maybe have seen the presentation or whether you've not. But when I saw that, John, it just blew me away. Why? Because so many people can't afford to buy Bitcoin. But what we've got here, we've got something incredible that we can buy Bitcoin and leverage on them purchases. It is just incredible. So, John, can you talk about a little bit more about the company, the background, what they've been doing, and where they're going?
Yeah, no, that's fine, Sharon. You're absolutely right. I mean, this company is absolutely exploding at the moment. I mean, the figures that we've seen come into our back office since the 1st of March when they launched the Bitcoin product. I've never, ever seen a business like it. The growth is exponential. It just keeps coming and coming in every single, it's almost every 5-10 minutes we see another sign up come into the back office because this product's so good. And you're absolutely right. Trying to wade yourself through, trying to find what Bitcoin program to get involved in is incredibly, incredibly difficult. Now, this company that we got involved with, USI-Tech, what I like about these guys is they've been around a long, long time. They've got an FX trading robot that up until last November, you couldn't get access to it unless you had 100,000 to put into your trade account. All right, they've spent 8 years of design and technology behind this robot. They're very, very protective over it. And one thing that they wouldn't do is bring something out that was going to be detrimental to it. Yeah. The two main shareholders are João Felipe Fernandes, who's a 65% shareholder. He's actually had 20 years worth of experience in the FX, building EAs, expert advisors. So building these robots, mainly for major banks and institutions, but an awful lot of VIP customers. Okay, so great pedigree in what he does. Not going to put his name to a robot that's not working, because they've spent so much time and effort on this one, getting it right. And then you've got Ralph Gold, who's just a genius in trading, mainly working with VIP customers over the last 3 years, bringing consistent returns to those customers. So these guys, there is another guy called Horst, who I should mention actually, because his background, he's sat on big companies managing over $1 billion, I think it was, in securities. This guy's got great pedigree as well, and he's managing the back office, if you like, of USI. So those three together are a phenomenal force. So we wanted to get involved with somebody that we knew, that were out there. We didn't hide behind anything. The guys, I think Sharon and Amy, along with Grant, we're going over to meet the guys in a few weeks' time. I think it's next week actually, because we can see the potential in this business. It's going to be the fastest growing business I think we've ever been involved in. Okay, I wasn't told to do a full presentation, so I think mainly, Sharon, if it's all right, if I share my screen and go into the back office, because most of the people have seen the presentation. Is that right?
Well, they have, and really, in a nutshell, John, I mean, if people are looking at this now, even from the recording side, we've got a platform here that's been around. Well, it was introduced to the MLM side since last November. You've given a background to the company owners, and again, we understand it was high ticket stuff that they were involved with, but bringing the BTC packages, and I think the reason that people will be seriously interested in this business is because of the low entry.
Yeah,
we are talking €50, guys, to start. Yes, there are other ways that you can make more money. Well, I think it's a progression, John. Some people will jump in with 2 feet. Some people will make a decision dipping their toe in with €50. And that is personally what I like about it. If people asked me, what do you recommend I should buy a couple and then see how you get on. Because there's nobody's forcing anybody's hand here. But let me tell you, when the penny drops, you'll be all in,
I think the thing is, and you're absolutely right, the guys behind it, I mean, they've made a lot of money for people that have got money. But bringing the FX product and making it accessible for €1,000 to get involved.
Yeah, which is still low.
And it's still low, and they saw a lot of people come in, but they want to bring something that's going to change people's life to the masses. And that's what their main objective is. And then, so bringing this BTC product, with just the €50, come in, test it, and like you say, people will soon make up their own mind as to what to bring in. But if I share my screen with you and share our account, do you want to go through the back office of that, and I'll show you that?
I mean, I can talk. I mean, I've had a good mess around with the back office, and I've got a good idea how it works, John. But I love the way they've made it very simple for people now, putting on that to pay for you button.
Yes.
Being able to use a credit card is just phenomenal.
Well, you've got no wait of time, have you, anymore? You haven't got to wait to get someone's Zappo wallet set up. You can go in and get started straight away, can't you?
That's right, and that was like that's how professional this platform is, really.
Yeah.
To bring that in, John, within no time at all, it's incredible.
Yeah.
When did this launch, John? March the 1st, wasn't it?
It's March. It's actually pre-launch still, actually, Sharon. I mean, they're still making improvements to the back office and what have you. So we are still in the pre-launch, because if you come in and you buy 1 Bitcoin or spend 1 Bitcoin in one sitting, if you like, in one purchase, at the end of the month, they will credit you with an extra pack. Okay, so that's their pre-launch.
A pre-launch deal. So just to recap on that, we don't really know how long they're going to have that offer on for. So what John was saying is that means that the BTC packages are €50. So that means if you buy 1 Bitcoin worth, and you might not be sure of what that is, if you go into the back office, John will show you now, and scroll through that, John. If you can just jump in your back office and talk us through the back office and basically how people get started, and just cover all the options as you go along.
Okay, so can you see that?
We certainly can. Wow, that's looking very healthy, John.
Yeah, that's not bad for, like I say, what, a week, 10 days, is it? So it's you can see the numbers here. Before, we had about 112 people registered before the BTC product. So 112, 122, somewhere around there. I can't remember exactly. But you can see how many numbers are coming in on a day-to-day basis. It just goes on and on. This thing is absolutely exploding. So the top line is all to do with how many people were registered, how many directs, how many in your group. You've got your weekly income from license fee sales showing up here, bonuses, coded bonuses, which we're not going to go into tonight, and there's some FX commission up here because you get a part of the spread. But what we're looking at tonight is the BTC packages. Okay, so currently...
Sorry, can I just stop you for a
Yeah.
second? When we finish this, I think maybe you could maybe just quickly go over the spread of the commissions on the other side, just at the very end for me. But we are discussing the BTC package tonight. That's correct.
Yeah, I can show you that at the end. No problem at all. Okay, so at the moment we've got 76 active packages. That's the available balance. Now the beauty with this, you can set this so it automatically rebuys. So if you go down to your packages, your dashboard on the left hand side, and you click on settings, there's a little button in there. If you just put that from off to on and update it, that will automatically buy your packages every time there's 50 euros showing here, or enough to buy a package.
Can I just say, John, with that is, I probably that setting will become probably one of your best friends eventually, because let's be honest, we can't stay awake 24 hours a day. It's not a possibility. And yet if you're out working through the day, you haven't got the chance to go and log in and buy. So while we're sleeping or we're out with the kids or whatever we're doing, we're repurchasing. It's kind of unique, that, isn't it? I love that.
It's brilliant. I mean, it goes. There's a cron job that goes around the system at midnight every day, and if you've got enough to buy 1 pack, 2 pack, 3 packs, it will buy it, instantly. If during the day you happen to pop into your back office and you see there's enough there is a manual rebuy as well. So you can just click on the manual rebuy. Yeah.
Right.
But if you're not in it for a week, it will automatically buy it for you.
Yeah. Well, I had an extra one bought for me today.
Did you? Oh, brilliant. Already?
Yeah, already.
Fantastic. It's great, isn't it? It's fantastic. So you've got here on this side next to it, you've got return of capital. That's your the amount that it's making through the trading. And you can already see commissions, 1.6 Bitcoin in, like I say, what were we, the 12th today? Is it 13th? 13th. So, a little over sort of 8, 9, 10 working days. So that's where the accumulative grand total comes to 1.7 Bitcoin. Not bad. I don't know many businesses where we can earn, 1.7 Bitcoin in that short period of time. But if you look down here, you can see on your packages, the company looked to pay 1% per day. Okay, now it's trading, so it will vary. All right. If you have a look at the packages here, you can see, for example, we've got one package here, third line down, that's 7 days old. Okay, and it's produced 7.78% return. Now, each package returns 1% a day. That's what they're looking to achieve over 140 days. So you can see that package is actually outperforming what they're trying to achieve.
Right.
Yeah. So that in itself is fantastic. And the same here, look at this one, the first one we bought, that should be 9%, right, and it's 12%.
I noticed that, John, when I checked, because I think I only bought mine last Wednesday, and I think I had Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I think one was 1 point something plus 2%, and the other one was maybe 0.75, and they made up to more than 1% a day between the three of them,
Yeah, well, I like this though. I mean, because it shows that it's, you know, it's real trading. If you look at this one here, this one Bitcoin here, 0.84%. So it didn't quite make that 1%, you know, on that day's worth of trading.
That was
So
Thursday, I think.
yeah, and you can see how many packs we bought today. You know, all these packs here, because we had some commission. Incidentally, the commission that you get from the license fee sales goes straight into your to pay for you wallet now, and that goes in every single Monday. You haven't got to request it. That's another thing. You know, you don't want to be requesting your money. How many programs have you been involved in where you have to keep requesting your money and fighting to get it out and all the rest of it? This goes straight into your to pay for you wallet every single Monday. And because of that button that they've got on there now, when you go to buy, and we'll go and have a look at that now, once you go to shop to buy your packages, you've got two options here. You can go over to your BTC wallet, that might be Zappo or Blockchain, whatever one you're in, or you can purchase over to pay for you. Okay. Now, if you go into to pay for you and you're just getting started, so we're not talking about commission that you might have had the previous week, you can select how many packages you want here, a couple of packages, click the box, click proceed to pay for you. You've understood terms and conditions. You go down here and then you've got the options here. You can pay by wallet, credit card, Bitcoin, SEPA deposit. You know, most people now are coming in and just using their credit card and then setting up their wallet afterwards. So you can select credit card, fill in the details like you would, and you know, away you go.
Sorry, John. And again, when you do go through that process, obviously you've got to have your to pay for you a wallet set up because you're going to need.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So to set up your to pay for you wallet, very simple. Go to topayforyou.com and just follow the steps through there. Create a wallet name. We've got stuff on YouTube, Sharon, if people need it, but it is very, very simple. You've got to upload your passport, normal KYC sort of stuff, but very simple. Okay. Or if you have got a wallet, then obviously you can go and purchase over your BTC wallet here. Click on that. And again, put the amount that you need in there. Copy that wallet address. Click that. Go over to your wallet in Zappo or wherever. Paste that in there the normal sort of way, and then come back and click that button to confirm. Now, interestingly, on your to pay for you wallet, the packs will show instantly. Okay?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Okay. Through your Bitcoin wallet, they can take up to sort of 12, 24 hours. All right. Mm-hmm. So that's how you actually shop and how you actually buy your packages. All right. The other thing that I was going to show you is obviously the commission that's coming through. And like you said at the beginning, I think a lot of people were in TM, and obviously we're waiting for that to come back, and that's all looking great. So we're looking forward to that. But what we all saw in TM was this compound effect, and people's accounts getting bigger and bigger and bigger and buying more and more packs. And we're already seeing it here. We've got direct partners here that are buying every single day. And on your direct line, you get 10% commission of every single purchase. Okay.
And John, can I stop you for a second there? What people are confused with, because this is attached to a matrix, it doesn't matter where they fall in the matrix, they're still your direct partners. And you still receive 10%. That's correct, yeah?
You get 10% on your direct partners. If those people bring in anybody, which are called your indirect partners, you get 3% from levels 2 to 8.
That is just incredible. I mean, can I just really recap on that, guys? We are talking that this matrix is whether you decide to bring 3 people direct to yourself, and we know how it works. Not everybody works at the same pace. You know, people take time to do it. But what I've noticed with this, John, is spillover. and people are genuinely getting spillover. And all right, they're not got started yet, but they will move because people are making, it's happening, it's moving. It's only a week old, just over a week old. But imagine if I refer John and John refers Grant and Grant decides to buy packages, I will earn 3% of that. And I did not sponsor. And even if he's not in my team, my upline sponsored him, I still make 3%. It's hard to
comprehend,
really, because you're looking at it going and think, and you know what I love about this, guys? There's no monthly fees.
Can I step in for a second?
Yes, Stephen?
Do you have to have a license before any of that happens?
Yes. Can I just hold you a second, Stephen, and let John bring that in at the very end for me, if you don't mind?
Well, it's kind of coming in from the bottom.
It's coming in from... What I'm keen on doing, Stephen, is really explaining to people how simple and easy this business is for anybody that can't recruit to come in and make money. And I love this concept. This is why I'm really attracted to the BTC packages, because people only have to pay €50, and that's what it's about, being able to come in and be able to make money from a very low purchase. People might want to build a big team, but it's kind of 2-3 sides to this business, isn't there, John? And I don't want to confuse people. There
is 2 or 3 sides to it. I mean, you're absolutely right. Is it Stephen that asked the question? Yeah. There is a lot of MLM side of businesses. You have a continuously monthly qualification. This is a one-time, lifetime qualification where you sell 3 licenses, which are €600 each, but you don't need that from day one to get started. But if you sell 3 licenses, it opens up the whole of your matrix. Okay? So when you first come in, you can buy 1 package, you don't need a license, and you will receive 10% commission still on any of your directly sponsored people. What you'll see is what Sharon just said. You'll see all this overspill start happening, and you'll be scratching your head thinking, I want to get commission off my overspill. And the only way you can do that is for you to bring 3 people in. So you got people that come in that will want to work the business, and people that don't want to work the business. And the people that don't want to work the business, it's almost going to force them to actually have to work that business, because they're going to see so many people coming in under them. It's very clever. Very clever how they've done it.
It is clever. And also, what happened with me, Stephen, was when I joined this business back in November, I did kind of like start and managed to get a couple of guys to buy a license. And John kept saying to me, Sharon, you need 1 more. You're missing out. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't listening to him. I just wasn't listening to him. And then this came, but this falls in place with that. They're kind of like a combination of everything. So we've got a platform that's for the trading on one side. We've got a platform for the BTC packages on the other side, and they merge together. So if you want to open up the commissions on both sides of this business, you have to recruit, you have to buy a license yourself for €600, but you have to sell 3 licenses as well, okay? And you have to bring in 3 people on the BTC packages with 12 packs each to open up that area. And no wonder you've got to do that, because if that's all you've got to do, it's not really a lot.
I think you're absolutely right. And we want people that are serious in the business that, are going to work it. To bring 3 people in, when you see this, and I'm going to show you the calculator now, because this is one of the best sales tools that I've ever seen. Yes. Like Sharon said, there are 3 sides to this business. Obviously, you can earn your 1% commission, 1% capital growth on the investment, but also there's license fee commissions that you can earn. But also, the commission on your downline, there's actually 4 bits, because what we're not talking about is the value of Bitcoin. Okay. It's predicted to go to 2,000 or 3,000 by the end of the year. So you can use this calculator. let's say someone came in with, I don't know, 20 packs, all right, which is about 1,000. What is it? $2,500, is it roughly? And we did it for. They compounded for a year. All right. So that's 250 working days. So currently, on today's value of Bitcoin, hopefully you can see that you'd have to put. Is that calculated right? Sure, it has actually.
Yeah, to buy 20 packs, it would cost you 0.8.
That's right, it has, yeah, 0.8 Bitcoin. So your 20 packs after a year of compounding would be worth 111 packs. Okay, it would give you a daily return of 0.04 Bitcoin, but your 0.8 Bitcoin would turn into 3.7 Bitcoin. Now, assuming Bitcoin went to 2,000, your 1,000 has just turned into 3.7 times 2 is 7. If it was let's say it was 1,000, make my maths easy for me. And that was 1,000. You know, your thousands turned into 7,400.
Well, John, looking at it, I'll recap on when I start to get involved with Bitcoin and using Bitcoin on a daily basis. You know, it was last April, I think it was, and for one Bitcoin was $450. And now today, you can see it where it's in front of you. It says one BTC is 1163. So, as you
that's
said,
euros. That is, yeah, that's euros. It's about $1,250, I think.
$1,250 at the moment. So, if we're talking on, you know, 2.5 times like it has grown in the last 10 months, again, you know, we're talking 2.5 towards 3K by the end of the year, as you've just said. So the 3.73 becomes 3 times that. So it's more like 12 times that. So 12 times, you know, the amount of Bitcoin that we're talking, it is really insane.
Well, you think 12 times it went to 3,000, that would be 36,000.
36,000. And I mean, is this possible? Absolutely. Because I tell you one thing, Bitcoin's only going one way, and that's up. Because more people are getting involved. It's here to stay, and it's happening.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they didn't get the SEC approval, did they, at the weekend?
No.
You saw a very tiny, you know, blip in Bitcoin, but it's just bounced straight back up.
Well, they don't need anybody.
In fact, I think it's potentially it's a good thing to keep it decentralized. I mean, that's the beauty of Bitcoin. You know, it is a decentralized currency. So you can play around with this, though, if you've got people that want to come in with, you know, 2 packs, 200 packs. You know, the most you can have in the system is 2,000 packs. Okay.
I did something the other day on my video, which was 2,000. So just put 2,000 in for me. Just, I'm not saying people are going to buy 2,000. Okay. Calculate what's the value of that. So it's 85 Bitcoin. Okay. Now,
85 Bitcoin. And in a year, that turns into 384 Bitcoin.
Now, just so really, there would be no repurchase on that until they drop. Am I right, John?
Correct. Yeah.
So
and then you just top that up. So, for example, it's giving you, let's say Bitcoin is, I don't know, 2,000 at the end, by the time that came, or 3,000, 4.9 Bitcoin, you would have to draw, let's say 5 Bitcoin, you'd have to draw 15,000 a day. And you'd use some of that to replenish your packs, and you just carry on drawing 15,000. It sounds crazy, but 15,000 a day.
So really, you know, you're only allowed the 2,000, which is the max amount, and you can start as little as 1. Yeah, so that's great. So going back to the licenses, John, especially on your question, Stephen, this is what people want to know about the licenses. Now, myself and John were speaking the other day, and it absolutely makes total sense. There are 2 licenses, and I don't want to confuse you. Before we go into the matrix, John, could you go back, scroll down for me so we can see the rest of that page? Scroll down. There are 2 licenses, and there's a BTC license for €600. But by the way, that is, you have to rebuy that every single year. But there's also a software license for your trading license, and that's again €600. That is, now this one, you've got to, rebuy this every single year. But hang on, There's another license, costs you exactly the same money, opens up the two platforms, the same price, and yet that's a lifetime. So
That was put out on the presentation you showed me, and that was like one of those where you focus straight in and said, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. But you're right. You go buy that license and heck with the rest of the license.
And it's only for people knowing this, Stephen, that people will go, oh, I'll just go and buy the license. So I'm telling you, hold fire, guys. Let's think about this. Let's buy the software license for the trading, because that grandfathers you in for this one. But John, again, it's in pre-launch. We don't know how long that's going to go on for, do we?
We don't. I mean, they are, you know, to my knowledge, they are going to keep that, so you can just buy the FX, because you should, whatever you do in life anyway, you should diversify your money. You're making a lot of money in this, you know, have a look at the FX. It's a lovely, lovely business. In fact, what I will show you very quickly is, if I've got it, FX Blue. I'm just going to show you some results on the FX trading, because these are just some of the accounts that people, and anybody can have this link, by the way, FX Blue, and you can just keep an eye on some of the trading accounts. And there's a guy here, he put 150 grand in middle of January. His P&L, he's actually closed out trades of 10,800. Okay. And then there's some 1,000 accounts here, that are, you know, 6-8 weeks old. They've made $70 here, which is still a really good return on 1,000 in 6 weeks. But what you're seeing here, and this is right across the business on the FX side, is there isn't one account in USI that is in a negative. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that robot has performed, you know, right across the board. There's not one account that is in a negative. So, yeah, absolutely. You know, buy the FX license, not the BTC license. You can, you know, you can grandfather that across. That will open up your matrix. And my advice, and if I'm hearing you right, Sharon, you're on the same page with this, is when you're ready to buy your license, buy an FX license.
Please do, because I tell you what, I noticed today that I made some commissions on the FX side, and I haven't even funded the trading account. So I'm like, how can I be making money on it? Because people in my downline have funded it.
That's right.
Because I ignored this for the last 4 months, and I have made some commissions, and I was a bit like, hang on a minute, this is a bit crazy. So yeah, where my focus is going to be on the BTC packages, and I think this like a structure really, where you can dip your toe in, sign up as a free member, dip your toe in, try the BTC packages. When you're ready to buy the license, buy the FX one, because that's the one that grandfathers you over. It makes total sense. You'll only ever have to buy it once. And when you are looking to qualify for the matrix, remember something, guys, you only have to qualify once, and you only need to sell 3 licenses, just 3. And in the BTC side, 3 people have got to have 12 packs each. So, you know, and that's it. There isn't really anything else that we've got to share with you. Am I right, John? But what you like about this, can you go into the matrix, John? Because this is like where you can see direct people, but look at the matrix, how the spillover explains everything to you. But I like this tool, that if you've got a member that you want to help, you can actually place people, you know, underneath that member, or if you've got a spot open, you can, you know, and they've got, is it 12 hours, John, or 24 hours to register to accept the link?
It's 24 hours to accept the link. So I'll show you how you can place one. I'm just going to demonstrate that. Obviously, Sharon and I nagged to death to come into this business, and obviously only got going about 2 weeks ago. And Sharon's already bought in 49. Hope you don't mind me showing this.
No.
49 direct members, but she's had spillover of 122 members. I don't know how many multi-level marketing businesses you've been in the past, but that's not a bad lot of spillover. Do you ever see that spillover before?
No. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not really a favourite of matrices. I just never have been. But this seems to be, and I like as well, what if somebody's in your matrix taking a spot and they've not bought anything? I love as well, it's a compressed, isn't it, John?
Yeah, it is, but that's a good point there. It's really, really good. So you can have, it's 12 levels deep, but let's just take it as a straight line, okay? And let's say you've got 30 people in a straight line. But numbers, I don't know, the numbers that haven't bought anything or haven't got a license, sorry, they compress. So you could have 30 people, but if only 10 people in that line of 30 have actually funded, yeah, the matrix compresses up. So if you haven't got a license, sorry, not funded, got a license, then it goes up to the next person.
And then the next, until we find somebody with a license.
Correct. So it pays out 12 levels regardless.
So this is why we are going to have people, guys. We're gonna have people in the business that do not wish to recruit, and that is absolutely fine. Because I tell you one thing: if there was ever a business that you wanted to do passively, trust me, this is the one. And yet, we as leaders or people who want to build the business will see results from your hard work and your efforts, and you will get the compressed side of it. And I love that, because it's not a dead spot, as to say, John. No,
that's right. In fact, on that point, just before I show you how to place somebody, I'm just going to go back to someone that hasn't bought a license. So this guy here, okay, we've got his email. So if I click on that link, he's got, it's probably not that.
It's not that guy.
It's not that one. Hold on. Let's go back a little bit.
There is a neater way that you can see this as well, guys, with the tree.
With the tree, yeah. So this person here, we can go back to the upline and find out who he is. But for example, you can target this guy and say, do you know what? You've got 67 people in your team, all right? And they've got commission that this guy could be getting, but he hasn't gone out and got his 3. Now if someone contacted me and said, John, do you realise you've got 67 people in your USI team that you signed up for, and you could be getting commissions of X, Y, Z? I think you should take a look at it. I personally would take a look at it. You'd be mad not to.
The guy on the right's got 217.
Sorry?
The guy on the right's got 217 and hasn't signed up.
Oh my goodness me, show me that one.
This one here, yeah. This one here, 217 spillover. He's from America. And we can go back to the company and find out who this guy is. And then we can target that guy and say, look, you've got 217 people in your team. Don't you think you ought to go and find 3 people?
Yeah,
it'd be crazy not to. Absolutely crazy not to. But if you have a look to place somebody, let's find a spot under here somewhere. All you need to do, you can either send your link out and the matrix will automatically place that person left to right at the next available slot, or you can help your team. Like you said earlier, Sharon, if there's somebody in your team, or you see someone recruiting a lot, and it's not necessarily people that don't recruit that you want to help, it's almost the opposite. You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, And so this guy here, he's already brought in somebody. So I might go in and think, well, I'll click here. And then all you do is to place someone, you click on that link, you put the email in, their name and last name. As soon as I click save, they will get an email from USI and it would say, can you activate your account? They go in, activate the account. They put in a password of their choice. Their username is the email. And then they just go straight into the dashboard and then they fill in name and address, and that's it. That they then got that slot there. All right. Or alternatively, then obviously you can send out your link, which you'll find down here, advertisement link. That's your sign up link. The other thing down here that you would want to be aware of is your to pay for you wallet. Once you set up your to pay for you wallet, you want to go in and put your wallet code in that you've made, and click update, and that will save that wallet address there.
And
okay?
Also, John, what I like about this as well is your advertisement link. You're going to be given numbers, so you can go and change that. So if you click on the change for me, John,
yep,
you
there you
can
are.
choose what words, what name you want on there, and it just makes it a little bit easier for when people see your link. It's got your name.
Absolutely. Cool.
So is there any questions that anybody's got? I think that more or less covers it. John, does it? Or
I think so. The only other thing you wanted to show, you wanted me to show the guys is if people have bought the BTC and they're doing the broker stuff, you will get a share. The way the matrix is funded, and the reason why there's no monthly fees on the matrix is because it's funded through the spread on the FX side. Okay, so you can see here where it says broker commission. We're getting a bit of everybody's spread that has funded their FX account. Okay, and that comes in based on how many trades. Win, lose, or draw, we get a percentage of the spread. And if you look at how that could actually, I don't know if I've got my desktop.
His desktop's a mess. That is disgrace.
That's terrible, isn't it?
That is worse than mine, and mine's bad.
I hope that was just a picture.
That's just
it's a picture, Stephen.
Okay, I will just show you this, right? It's a bit embarrassing. I'll clear it up for next time. I will just show you this. So basically, once people have been making money in their Bitcoin, they maybe got up to 2,000 packs, and they want to spread their risk and what have you. If you had those clients, so you can then take them into the FX trading. And this example shows somebody that's got 2,000 in their trade account. And if you had 729 people that have all got 2,000 in their trade account, you get a residual income of about 2,281. Okay. Now, if they're making that sort of money in the Bitcoin, they probably have a 10,000 account. So if you times that by 5, yeah, that would give you about 11,000 residual on that side. So it's a beautiful way of helping people grow their BTC side, yeah, because it's a low entry level. And then the wise thing is to diversify and then get them into the FX. And basically, you can see the residual income there on just 2,000 trade accounts. But if you had 700 people that all have 10,000 in there, that's 11,000, and the figures just go up and up and up and up. So it's a beautiful business to get involved with, on not just on the BTC side, but gives you something else to help these people diversifying. Mm-hmm. Okay, just wanted to show you that as well.
Absolutely, John. And has anybody got any questions? Anyone at all? Who have we got? Anyone? I tell you what, I wouldn't mind. Amy, could you unmute?
There we go.
Amy, what do you? I mean, we looked at this and obviously we spoke about this business for about 2 or 3 months.
That's right.
It was more on the line that with just having the FX side, it wasn't hugely attractive to us. If we're going to be very honest, we don't have to tell lies here. We should just be very honest.
Yeah.
And yet, with the BTC packages, what are your views on it, Emmy?
Me, I think it's backed by Forex. It's not some rev share that's dangerously going to shut down in a few months' time. It's backed by Forex that's going to be around for a long, long time. It has stable legs. It's been around for a long, long time. 8 years is good track record for any company to be around. And now then launch this, referring side of it, 12 levels deep is just mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I can't sleep and think how many people can you
Yeah, stop calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning, Amy.
I think if I think these are the early days of us getting involved, and I think come down the line, give it 6 months, 12 months, I think we'll all be on mega money. I just can't see it happening because Well, I mean, I can't see happening. I mean, I just can't fault the business. I just think we're going to make a fortune.
I mean, they've
because
already. Sorry, Amy. They've already got the result that we've already got the background of having
Yeah.
the business for years and
Yeah.
being successful creating the software and so on, and yet they just tap this into the system, John, and I bet you guys were like, when you were pushing the FX side, you guys have just gone, wow, you've just given us a golden goose.
It's true.
Completely opened up. You know, I mean, the FX side, you know, you do, it's still 1,600, like you say, to get involved. You want to get people up to 10,000 on that as quickly as possible, because that's when it gets interesting. But with this, €50 to get involved, it's the good old days.
Well,
No,
yeah.
it's very good. It's a very good entry level. Very, very good entry level. And I see businesses, I don't actually see it as one business. Because if you really want to go on the Forex side, you know, the results are very good anyway. And then if you wanted to go and buy some packages and make a living from there, then, you know, there you go. But if you wanted to refer and recruit people, then you've got another business, and that's 12 levels deep, which is just an amazing, absolutely amazing. It really shocks me, because whoever I've spoken to, you know, 12 levels just blows their mind. I think 12 levels deep, you know, 10, 3, 1, it's just unbelievable all the way to the bottom. Because a lot of revenue shares or other companies don't really pay you more than 1 level or 2 levels, maximum 3, some of them. But this 12 levels, it's just amazing. You could be in different countries. You could have thousands of people below you. But I can see stability in this because of Forex. You know, it's been around for 8 years, and that just ticks my boxes, to be honest with you. It's very stable. That's what I look at it as.
If it wasn't for the BTC packs, I probably wouldn't even look at it, because I ain't interested in Forex.
So Stephen, exactly, and
yeah,
that is.
We didn't.
Imagine, you know, we didn't. I signed up to this last November, Stephen, and I'm not saying I didn't like it. I just found it, for me, fine, but bringing people in for the 1,600, it was just more of a harder sell. And yet for me, you know, as Amy said, we saw this and we went, wow. I mean, John sent me one message, guys, one little message. I read it and I went, really? And I'd been in this 4 months. It was only then I woke up. I thought, wow. And I just saw it straight away.
Well, that gives us 3 opportunities. And that's what I felt more comfortable with, because you could, as far as I'm concerned, you could take the trade part, just but if you got somebody that's interested in that, and then you have somebody that's interested in at €50, and then you got somebody interested in something else, at least you got 3 options. You can collect commissions from 3 different sides.
Yeah. We have forgotten, guys, that when you do retail a package or sell a package, I mean, John, explain we've not even really spoken about that, but there's another side to it. So, John, can you go through the commissions on retailing the packages, please?
Well, in terms of renewal commission on it, or every time they buy a packet, is that what you're talking?
No, not package. Sorry, the license. Apologies. When you sell a license, what do people make?
Yeah, so when you sell a license, let me just let's see if I can show you this. This might be easier for me to.
I think I saw you had 12.5%. Did I see that right?
Yeah, you get on direct licenses, you get. So let me just grab that. This one. Let's just show you. So it's a 3x3 matrix, as we've already said. Let me just come to. There we go. That one. Okay. Okay, so this is the license fee commissions that you get. You get 120 off the. Let me just move that over there. Yeah, so for every license that you sell, you get €120.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, and then 25% of that 600, €150 goes into the matrix. Okay, which is €12.50 each. So anybody below you, once you're qualified, every time someone below you buys a license, you get €12.50. Okay.
Where does that go?
That goes directly to you. So if you think about it, so if I came in and let's say you recruited me in, you'd get 120 euros, and then I recruit Sharon in, I get 120 euros, but you'll get 12.50.
But it goes to your U2Pay wallet?
Sorry, yes, you're absolutely right. It goes to your to pay for you wallet. Yeah, automatically every single Monday. And then what we did with our commission today, it notifies you. An email comes through and says you've got money in your wallet. And then we just went straight into and we bought some 3 more packages from To Pay for You in the Bitcoin.
So you had a hole in your pocket today already.
It just went straight into that Bitcoin.
I tell you what, I've actually got Anita. Can you unmute Anita?
I think she can do it herself.
Anita, will you unmute, honey?
Hello, hi.
Hi, Anita. Right, I'm just going to let you know, I spoke to Anita a few weeks ago before the BTC package came on board, and we were on about trading stuff, and I said, well, look, I've got this one, I said, but I haven't with it. So I said, tell you what, just sign up anyway, because there's a matrix attached. If I do decide to do something, at least you'll be locked in. And they were the words. Am I right, Anita?
Yeah.
I sent it over. She signed up. Now, John, can you go back to find Anita in the matrix for me?
I can.
Let me just show you what happened to Anita, guys. And this is Anita who's done nothing yet. Okay?
I have done one. I have sponsored one person.
Oh, sorry, she sponsored one. I apologize. Okay, so Anita decided to sign up. Okay, and then she came in.
I've just got to find her. I think she's under there.
Yeah.
There she is.
There she is. Right, so Anita signed up, and then she ended up with, she's got direct one sponsor, but she's got 81 spillover. And how long ago did you sign up, Anita?
I think it was about a week ago, if I'm correct.
No, when you first signed up. It was about 3 weeks ago?
Oh, do you know what? I can't remember.
I think it was less than that. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
I really can't remember when it was.
Anita's got 81, guys, and let me tell you, when Anita's not bought a license. She's not sponsored the 3 people, but she's actually said to me today, well, that's something that I'm going to do because it makes total sense for her to do so.
No, I signed up on the 7th of March. I know I hadn't signed up 3 weeks ago.
Wow. Is it?
Well, John's been badgering me to get to Sharon to tell her to come and do something, and now she's finally done it. So well done, John. You got there.
I took a 3-prong attack on Sharon, I'll tell you.
He badgered me, guys. He really, really did, and I wasn't listening. But I'm glad I have got involved, and I'm glad that I've done something about it. And Amy and myself spoke about this for a couple of months, and you know, it just wasn't something that we were feeling at the time. And yet BTC packages come aboard, and we're just like, wow.
Yeah.
Where's the spillover come from?
A spillover's come from, well,
just the upline above.
Line
you know.
Because the BTC packages have happened and people have got involved now, you know.
I have bought Bitcoin as well. I bought more than I was intentionally going to do so, because John said, if you do this, you'll get a free Bitcoin. So I did it, and I bought 31 packages, and that was only probably not even a week ago, as I say. It wasn't straight away I bought it, because I had to sort something out. And I think it was Friday, actually.
I think it was Thursday and Friday, yeah.
It was Thursday. Maybe Wednesday, can't remember. But I've already had 4 packs, and I just let it repurchase. So I've got 35 packs, and one of my guys bought a few packs. So I had some commissions, but I just kind of let it go in the background until I'm ready to start promoting it, because, you know, I just need to understand a bit more about it. So...
Incidentally, Steve, just so you know, on those licenses, we said 120 euros. But when you get 3 direct sponsors yourself, you then get 170, because you get 120 plus a €50 bonus. And if you want to then build more, you get another 3 direct, because that once you get those 3 direct, that room shuts. You can then go up and earn an extra 90 a license, which gives you 210, and so on and so forth. So you can actually earn, every time you sell a license, it starts off at 120, but it goes all the way up to about 390 per license. So it's quite big money on that.
It might be also worth showing, John, the matrix, so people can understand where that spillover does come from. The matrix slide that we've got in here.
Okay, let's get that up. Hold on.
John's showing this, guys. If anybody's got a question, they can, feel free to ask while you're on here.
Because the spillover obviously comes because you can only put 3 people on your front line. So the next person comes in underneath someone else. So this just shows you where that spillover is coming from.
Let's get that out of the way. Okay, so what you've got there, you've got your position at the top. The blue is spillover, and the orange in this example are your direct sign-ups. So, because it's a 3x3 matrix, so I've come in, I've sponsored 2 people, and then somebody above me has come in, and my upline somewhere above has dropped a person in here, which is a spillover. So my very next sign-up, which is this guy here, I can't place him here because it's already been taken from spillover. So I then put him in this one, which means my very first sponsor in his matrix, that one would show blue because I've actually given him a spillover. And then again, I've had 2 come in from above. I've recruited 3 more here, another one here, and then I've had 2 more come in here. So that's how the spillover works. Yeah? Is that clear?
Yep.
Okay.
So, you can, if you've got the people's details that they're going to sign up, you can actually place them directly in the position and say, you know what, I've actually got the link for you. One guy was struggling signing up because he's away at the moment. And he said, I said, well, I can place you in if you want. He said, can you place me in and I'll just pick up the email from you? And I did it today and he managed to sign up. I just put in somewhere,
So it is a very simple business to get involved with. It's made even more simple now because of when you go to shop, you can just simply use, a credit card to get started. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question, John?
Yeah, sure.
Right. If you can go back to your back office, then I'll be able to.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You want to go
Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Charles. How are you?
Thank you very much. Very well.
Okay. Where would you like to go, Charles?
The dashboard. Yeah, the dashboard. Yeah. Right. Okay. I bought one pack today. That's €50, and did it through my Zappo. Everything went smoothly. About 3:30ish, and about 6 o'clock, I got email from USI-Tech info to say the purchase has been approved. Everything is fine. I should go back and check my back office. Mm-hmm. When I went to my back office, I saw some figures here, which is fair enough, I understand, right? But I was expecting the active here to be like one pack, but it still says 0. Do you know when it will show 1 pack?
It should show 1 pack straight away. Now, did you, if you go into packages here, yeah, on your back office,
right?
Does it show in here and does it say approved?
There's nothing there. But what in fact, I actually forwarded an email to Sharon, but I think because of this, she couldn't actually have it. What they said was, I'll read it out to you. It says, your purchase for the BTC package, blah blah, is approved. Due to a difference in the Bitcoin transfer, instead of 0 totaling 0.044 blah blah, we booked 0 BTC packages and added a difference in the amount of something 0.004 in your available balance.
Oh, right.
So I'm thinking,
there was a repurchase balance. That's what we've had that before. They just put it into your repurchase balance. Because it wasn't quite enough on the Bitcoin transaction.
So you'll probably
really?
see, you'll probably see in your dashboard here,
Yeah,
it's showing figures showing in here, right?
that's right.
There's not quite enough because.
So okay, so what do I need to do?
Well, you need to find out what the difference is. Work out what the difference is. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Can you send?
The way to do it is go to shop. Go to shop.
Yeah.
Right. Then go to purchase. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how to do it. This is the way. Can you see that 0.043998?
Yeah.
I want you to go and check your back office, see how much there is, find the difference, and then click on purchase and just send that over, the amount.
Okay, because when I was actually buying, that was what I copied. And actually...
You copied this, did you?
I copied that, yeah. I copied that, the whole of that, put it on Zappo, and, did a transaction. So I don't know why it fell short. I didn't copy it from anywhere.
Did you do it within the 15 minutes,
Oh,
Charles?
yes, I did it. I did it less than 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, I mean, like Grant said, we have had it before where people have, but if you copied it, it should be fine. But we've had people think quite enough. And then, like I said, you credit the back, he credits the dashboard part. But yeah,
and then I came back and then came back to the, what's it called? Where the purchase thing was, and I just click the checklist and, just click that approved.
You came back and clicked this straight away as well, did you?
Yes, I clicked that, and then there's a tick over the way it says I have read. Right. I did all that.
You did all that.
I think he needs to send a support ticket and tell them what he's done.
If you've done it within the time frame and you actually...
I've done it within the time frame.
And you copied that, then
I copied the whole of that.
Right. Okay. Well, there's two options. You can go back to them and say, look, I did do it within the time frame. I did copy that,
the 24 hours. That where I can. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Okay.
And then if you don't get anywhere with it, then let Sharon know, and she'll get in contact with me, and I'll see what I can do. All right.
Please. I've watched about 3 videos. I did exactly the same way. Copied the 0 point everything, put it back on the amount. The long one, put it on Zappo, and that was it. And that was just less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. No.
I don't know if you noticed, John, but they've actually changed this page slightly today, because in pre-launch they are still making quite a few changes, but these 2 figures used to be slightly different because they had the percentage on here of the actual license for the pack.
Ah.
With what we had people copying that figure, and that figure used to be different from that figure. Yeah. But now, if you notice, those 2 figures are the same. They've probably had a lot of people do the same thing.
But when did you do it though, Charles? Because that was about last week they changed that. When did you do it?
Oh, just this today, about 3:30. 3:30. So what I did was on the video, it says always use the grand total. So I copied the grand total, put it on my Zappo, and then just follow it through.
Okay. Well, the options are obviously put a ticket in and say what you've done.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to get it up and running, quicker than that, then obviously send the difference and then argue about it afterwards. It's up to you.
Okay, I'll send. If I want to know the difference, I should just go to what? How would I know the difference? Go to
your packages.
Yes.
Yeah, and then look at how much you've actually sent them. Yeah, and then calculate the difference with what you need to send.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
So, anybody else got a question while we're on? Because I think we can wrap this up now, John.
No.
Yeah, sure. Oh, look, we've had another sign up while we've been on. Yes. Yeah, cool. Sorry.
Yeah, can I just ask a question about a license?
Yeah, sure.
You're saying that you need to buy a license. At what point do you actually need to do that? Because I haven't actually bought anything yet, and I want to get started with the $50. So am I able to do that and purchase the license a bit later on?
Absolutely.
But at some point, I'm going to have to buy a license, and I'm just wanting to know at what particular point that would be.
Okay, so on your direct sign-ups, you'll get 10% regardless. But if you start seeing lots of people coming into your business and you're missing out on commission, then you make a commercial decision. You think, well, actually, I've got 10 people below me that I'm not getting 3% potentially on. And at that point, you might think, do you know what, I'm going to buy a license. But you still then need to get you still need to sell 3 licenses to get qualified to open that up.
Right.
Okay.
I feel it's kind of like you start off by dipping your toe in, buy a package, and then maybe look at promoting it and just see how it goes from there. And if people don't have the money, because not everybody's got €600, John, to be able to buy the license, well, guess what? Then you need to go to work. You need to go to work, you need to build it, and you need to make the commissions and get that license so you earn on everything. And that is the only advice I could give anybody.
Well, I mean, Sharon, you had about €300 in there before you bought your license from other sales, didn't you? So
yeah, I had €300 in there, and I actually used it the other day to buy some more packages, but I just left it in there.
Yeah. But you can, like with this business, if you went and sold, 4 or 5 licenses, that actually buys your license anyway, doesn't it? With the commission. Yeah. So you can do it that way as well. Yeah.
So it's looking incredible, John. So we're very excited about it. So what is everybody happy? Any more questions before we finish?
Hi, Sharon.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. It's Douglas here.
Yes, I know. Hi, Douglas.
I signed up and I was trying to look for a link which I could give to my friends.
John?
There's one which says advertising link. Is it the one?
Yes.
Right. It didn't work yesterday. I tried. Okay, I'll see what I can do again today.
Right. Well, all you need to do is copy and paste it. But Douglas, my advice to you is go click on the change button.
Yes.
Put your name in there and then update it. What it will do, it will log you out. Then you'll re-log back in, and then the name will be changed. Okay.
Ah, wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, any more questions before we finish, guys? No, all good. Right. Well, we'll just finish off then, John. If you can stop the screen share, that'd be great.
Right. There we go. How's that?
Well, you know what? I want to thank everybody for coming on the call. This has been recorded, so we can pass it on to any potential clients that you want to bring on board. I want to thank John for hosting, for doing the overview for me tonight, and Grant, and also Imi for using his Zoom call link. Thanks, Imi.
No problem. Anytime.
I think that we've got something incredible here. I believe that we can feel with great confidence that we can build something, knowing that it's not going to be stopped later on down the line. And that's what did it for me, really. And getting involved with cryptocurrency, guys, you know, this is a platform, definitely. I think we've shown everybody tonight which ways and hows we can make money. But my advice to anybody is, whoever showed you this video, get the link off them, get yourself signed up, get yourself updated in the back office, go and get some BTC packages and just watch it for a couple of days and see what happens.
Good stuff.
Well, thanks very much for everybody tonight, and we'll be inside. See you later.
Thanks, guys. See
ya.
Bye-bye.